FSU at home against Virginia Tech. And honestly, that might not be a good thing. Home field advantage really not paying off for Florida State at all, playing worse and not getting the benefit of the crowd. So maybe the last home game we'll see something different. It did. First drive of the game, drone stack, punt return blocking. Pretty awful though. Get away with a big hit that doesn't result in a fumble. And we end up giving the ball back. And guess what? On the sprint out, back to back 3 and outs for the defense. First time in a long time that that's happened. And then a fumble. Pittman fumbles, but luckily FSU gets the ball back. And then 3rd and 10, wait too long. Robinson was open, waited too long to throw the ball. That's a pick. And then the last play of the first quarter, RPO in motion. You see no one picks up the guy going across at all, almost to midfield. Starting the second quarter, like middle slant, the out route, no one there. So first down, Virginia Tech, 2nd and 19. Strong safety. He was coming up and then he dropped back as soon as the ball was thrown. Touchdown, Virginia Tech. So we have to answer, and look at this. Man, no one open, but eventually someone breaks free. White. That's going to be a big first down. That leads ultimately to a kick. Make a leg to hope with it going in red. It doesn't enough. That's going to be a miss. 7-0. 2 minutes to go. And then beating a route out of reach. That's been a recurring theme defensively. 2nd and goal, though, we catch a break. Impact running back fumbles the ball inside the 5. FSU recovers. Next play, calling a toss. Sold out for the middle run. And Sawchuck, 96 yards to the house. And Florida State benefits from that fumble and ties up the game. Would have been 14-0, probably going into the half. And then here, conservative catch. You can't hit them when they do that, but the field goal wide left as well. So we survived the first half 7-7. Big play here, center, blocking a linebacker down the field, but disengages right for the pick. And then immediately the linebacker gets a speed boost. Interesting. And then runs stiff arm, and then switches hands and stiff arms there. And then QB sneak for the touchdown. So 14-7. Pump fake. Pittman wide open. Drops the ball. Shocker, of course. But this also was a shocker. A user lurk. Outside of safety play on the deep ball, that is the first user lurk of the season for Florida State. Interesting. Then looking here, you see the defensive end does not contain on the sprint out. Second time in a row he doesn't. This time we get burned. It's a walk-in touchdown, 21-14. Then flip it, we go 3 and out. Deceleration, interesting. And he hits the corner. And he's going to take that in for a touchdown. So 28-14. Weird stuff going on for our, I would say, defense, our special team. But big play there. 2-point conversion, not good, 28-20. And then we're going to talk about special teams a little bit later. No one breaking free, perfect blocking again on a kick return. This time it results in a touchdown. So it's 35-20. And then try for a quick throw, user alert. That is a pick. That leads to a field goal. And that ends the game 38-20. So total offense looking pretty close. Separated by 21 yards. We run the ball well, buck 62, but running doesn't matter. Drones throws for 272, 2 TDs, and an interception. Is 13 of 16. Very efficient on the ground. Did a good job of stopping the run. 12 for 21, but even then, 5 broken tackles on 12 attempts. So still struggling to tackle any running back in the NDL. Green and Selden both with over 100 yards receiving. They both had a big play that hurt us. Defensively, no sacks, but Spencer with 2 picks, Ellis with another. So 3 picks by the D, making the difference. defensively at least. Real difference with special teams. Heath, 77-yard punt return, perfect blocking. That was a concern in this one. And kick return, Tucker Holloway, 106-yard return. So deep in the end zone or halfway in the end zone, runs that out. Perfect blocking again. Talk about that in a sec. The offense, not great. So we actually got a defensive game. It took a while. Tommy, 3 picks. He was 20 of 31. Sawchuck, a buck 48 on the ground. So he had the 96-yard run. You take that away, that's still 10 for 52. But you can see there, 3 broken tackles combined for the entire FSU offense. Pittman leading the team in receptions with 7. White in yards with 66. Pittman, the only receiving TD. And then defensively, 2 sacks, one by Jackson, safety sack by Brown, and then Nicholson's interception, a pick six. So 38-20, the real difference in this game, special teams. You say, well, you turned the ball over 3 times. It was special teams. The last pick really doesn't matter. It didn't really impact what was going on in the game, but the blocking for Virginia Tech, S plus. So you can see the difference. Our first punt return of the game, Gunners not blocking at all, get blasted with a hit stick, no fumble. But that was kind of the theme. We couldn't block in coverage, and we couldn't break free from blocks on the other side. So special teams hugely impacting the game. Little beamer ball here that results in 14 points. And what do you know? The game really ultimately was decided by 2 scores. So at home, another loss. The struggling continues, but the good thing for us, our last block of the season, both games are on the road. Being at home doesn't seem to matter. So we'll play on the road where we can play our best, see what happens.